It's really sad to say that and to know that and to see the statistics when it comes to people's well-being. People aren't doing well. Whether people are living in luxurious or prosperous parts of the world or not so prosperous parts of the world, people are in pain. I'm not talking about physical pain, I'm talking about internal pain. The well-being of the average individual is simply not in a good state, not where, of course, we as Muslims want people's well-being to be. So is there a cure? Well, Yahya ibn Mu'adh rahimahullah ta'ala offers us a solution, solutions actually. He says, دواء القلب بخمسة أشياء. He says, healing your heart there are 5 things that we can do here. And when we talk about healing the heart, it could be healing the heart from sorrow, from regret, from fear, from anxiety, from resentment, from envy, whatever it is. If the heart feels pain, and we know when our heart is feeling pain, you can heal your heart by doing some of these or all of these 5 things. And part of preserving the well-being of our hearts is by continuously and frequently doing these things. What are these things? Number 1, قراءة القرآن بالتفكر. He says, reciting the Quran and reflecting upon it. While you recite Quran, you reflect on the meanings. You ask yourself the question, how is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying here relevant to me today? That's the point of the Quran, isn't it? To be relevant to your lives, to address your issues, to help you navigate your circumstances. So reflecting upon the Quran is about learning to see the relevance of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in your own life, whether it's day-to-day life or a particular issue that might be bothering you. Reflecting on the Quran is a source of healing by merit of it being the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَنُنَزِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاءٌ وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. We send down the Quran that serves as a shifa, as a healing, as an ability to heal, as a source of healing for the person, right? And it clears the heart from these painful feelings by reciting it. But not just simply reciting it, thinking about what you are reciting. The Quran being a part of your life is part of spiritually healing you. Oh, and by the way, healing in the mind of a Muslim is not exclusive to what we would say is medicine, the pharmaceuticals, or even therapy in the field of psychology. Spirituality and acting upon your spirituality provides a person with healing. And this is becoming increasingly popular in our times today. So number 1, the Quran. It is your companion. Recite it every single day, but recite it while you are contemplating the meanings. Second, khala al-batin. Pay extra attention to this because for whatever reason, people don't really talk about this. We live in the times of healthy eating. Every few years, there's a new dietary fad. It used to be the Atkins diet, now it's the keto and paleo. There's these diets, which is fine. If that's good for your health, go for it. But there's something else about eating. Khala al-batin means making sure your stomach isn't always full. Let there be hours and times where your stomach is empty, because what you eat has an impact on your behavior. The month of Ramadan is a month of abstaining from food and drink. And what do we notice about ourselves and our behaviors, dear brothers and sisters? On average, our sins go down. That's not random. That's not a coincidence. There is a relationship between your eating habits, what you eat, how much you eat, whether you stuff yourself, and your behaviors. Islam comes and moderates that. And here Yahya rahimahullah ta'ala is saying part of curing your heart from these spiritual and emotional problems is by making sure that your stomach isn't always full, by fasting. In fact, the Prophet ﷺ says, fasting helps remove the wahar, the resentment and the enmity that a heart might harbor. So that's number 2 in terms of curing your heart. Number 3, qiyam al-layl. Using your night to pray to Allah. Getting up at night to pray to Allah. Any time at night is good, but the best time is the last third of the night before the adhan of Fajr. There's something special, unique about it. Wallahi, anybody who has tasted the beauty of Qiyam al-Layl will always want it. Sometimes their life is too busy, they're unable to, their work schedule doesn't allow them to, whatever it is. But if you have tasted it, there's a beauty that comes with it that wallahi, you cannot find elsewhere. There's just something about being one-on-one with Allah, being in a very peaceful time where everything is calm and still, that has this ability to cure yourself. These moments where you can make dua to Allah, where He Himself is saying, do you need anything? He is calling in that time, talking to you, saying, do you need anything? Do you have a dua for me to answer? Do you have a request for me to fulfill for you? There's something about that that really helps get the heart in a state of, get the heart healthier, to get those negative emotions out. Number 4, التضرع عند السحر. This is part of the Qiyam al-Layl. Tadarru' is going hard in dua, being emotionally into your dua, getting your dua in a state where you are so in tune with what you are saying that your emotions begin to arise and to rile up as a result of your engaging of dua. And you do this when? In the time I just mentioned, the end of the night. And last but not least, also extremely important, mujalasat as-salihin. Sitting with righteous people, dear brothers and sisters. Attitudes are contagious. Perspectives are contagious. Behaviors are contagious. You are the product of the closest people you put around you. So if you put righteous people around you who do these actions that we just mentioned, then naturally it's going to rub off on you and you will begin to mimic and replicate those actions, thus curing your heart. And they will have positive and healthy outlooks and attitudes towards life. And you will hear them and see them navigate their own difficulties, and you will pick up on that and adopt it for yourself, thus curing your heart. So in a time where people are truly in pain, you can spare yourself all of that pain. You can cure yourself from all of that pain by applying what Yahya ibn Mu'adh rahimahullah ta'ala has recommended. And we ask Allah for tawfiq. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for watching this video. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you. If you found benefit in this video, then please like it, share with other people, and remind you of the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, whoever guides somebody to good, then they get the reward of those who do that good. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. See you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.